Right, your rear sway bar kit should come with the bar, two bushing straps, 4 bolts for those, 2 spacers, and 2 bolts per spacer. And if you chose the optional end link upgrade, it should come with these as well. Alright, you're going to want to remove the stock sway bar. Just take the mounts off the chassis and then undo the end links as well. And for the exhaust, it depends on your exhaust, but you're probably going to have to drop the rear section down a little bit, enough for them to snake it out. Alright, from the stock sway bar, you're going to be reusing these mounts, and if you don't have new ones, you're going to have to pop these out at the end of the bar and install it on the new bar. Alright, now you're going to install the mounts on the car again with the spacers, and the spacers are directional, so you can see the end of the spacer pretty much lines up with this. If it's backwards, you're going to have this big overhang here. You don't want that, so just flip it around. Here it is with the spacer installed, and these face different directions. This one faces to the front, this one faces to the rear. So you can see I've got the exhaust hanging down supported, so I'm just going to fish the sway bar in. Just get a few threads started on one of the bolts and do the other side real quick, and I'll keep it in place while I get all of the bolts in. And just before you install the bar, go ahead and put some grease in these bushings here. You should have at least one of these grease packs that came with these. Here it is, just loosely installed. Want to make sure your arm goes over your e-brake cable on both sides. And before you actually tighten it down, right, you're going to want to put your end links in and get all that. Don't tighten those on either, get it started. There's the end link started. So once you have everything started, you can go ahead and start tightening everything for the final install. I normally like to start with these here, tighten those, then here, and then the top of the end links on both sides. There it is installed. So you can torque all this to factory specs. And for here, just tighten this down until you start to get some squish on these bushings, and then stop. And then on both sides, you should have about roughly the same amount of thread sticking out. Well, one note on the exhaust clearance: we can't guarantee this is going to fit with everyone's exhaust. It just depends on who made it, how they made it. This is 2.5 inch, and there's plenty of room, as you can see. Just on this hanger, you want to make sure it's coming up like this instead of like being directly under the hanger. The only thing we can guarantee will fit is the stock exhaust, but even on the stock exhaust, you have the same hanger. You also have like a support piece that goes like this. You have to trim that support piece out to get it to clear here.